All right, it is still morning, so good morning, everybody. I'm IT2 Pritchett, and this is our 2025 Cyber Awareness Challenge for FY 2026. We'll be going over a couple slides. We'll probably skip through some of them because we don't really need them here. We'll just go over it real quickly because this does take a good bit of time. All right, these are the topics that we'll be going over: malicious code, computer use, removable media and mobile devices, online behavior, physical security, insider threat, information security, SCI, and SCIFs. So for the overview of malicious code can do damage by corrupting files, encrypting, or erasing your hard drive, and allowing hackers access. Malicious code includes viruses, Trojan horses, worms, macros, and scripts. And it can be spread by email attachments, downloading files, and visiting infected websites. So as in like email forwarding and stuff like that. Protecting against malicious code. To prevent these viruses and download a malicious code, make sure you scan all external files before uploading to your computer. Don't email infected files to anyone. Don't access website links, buttons, and/or graphics in an email or a pop-up generated by an email message. For personally owned devices, research any application and its vulnerabilities before downloading that app. For government-owned devices, use approved and authorized applications only. I don't need mobile code. Be aware of suspicious behavior that may indicate a cybersecurity incident or malicious code attack. Sudden flashing pop-ups that warn your computer is infected with a virus. Sudden appearance of new apps or programs. Strange pop-ups during startup, normal operational, or before shutdown. The device slows down. Appearance of new extensions or tabs in a web browser. Loss of control of the mouse or keyboard, unless an MCI is on your computer. Email protection. To prevent the downloading of viruses through email, view email in plain text and don't view emails in the preview pane. Use caution when opening email. Look for digital signatures if your organization uses them. Digitally signed emails are more secure. Scan all attachments. If authenticity cannot be confirmed, delete email from senders you do not know. Don't email infected files to anyone, and don't access website links, buttons, and/or graphics in an email or a pop-up generated by an email message. Compress URLs, tiny URLs. They convert a long URL into a short URL for convenience, but may be used to mask malicious intent. All right, next topic is computer use. We'll be going over all of this in this topic. Identity authentication. For identity authentication, the DoD is moving towards using two-factor authentication, which they have already started. It combines 2 out of 3 types of credentials to verify your identity and keep it more secure. Something you possess, a CAC, something you know, a PIN, something you are, such as fingerprint or other biometrics. Passwords. Passwords work at home. Create strong passwords. Combine letters, numbers, and special characters. Do not use personal information. Do not use common phrases or dictionary words in any language. Do not write down your password, memorize it, and follow your organization's policy on password length and frequency of changing your password. Best practice is at least every 3 months. There shouldn't be anybody using a password unless you did one for Microsoft Authenticator, and even that one should have expired already. CAC, PIV card. CAC is a controlled item. It implements DoD, PKI, and contains certificates for identification, encryption, and digital signature. There are other security tokens, but we don't have to worry about that. To protect your CAC, maintain possession of your CAC card at all times. Remove and take your CAC whenever you leave your workstation. Never surrender or exchange your CAC for building access, a visitor pass. And if your CAC is lost or misplaced, report it immediately to your security POC. Store it in a shielded sleeve to mitigate card and chip cloning. Do not write down or share the PIN of your CAC card. More on to protect. Avoid using it for a form of photo identification when there is a request for such verification by a commercial entity, as in like DoorDash or something like that. Do not allow commercial entities to photocopy or duplicate your CAC. Lock your computer when you leave or shut it down, depending on your organization's security policy. Do not use your CAC on systems without updated system security protections and antivirus, and use all security tokens appropriately. When using a DoD PKI token, only leave in a system while actively using it for a PKI required task. Never use it on publicly accessible computers, and if misuse occurs, report it immediately to your security POC. Telework and remote work, they have the same security considerations, and be sure to follow your organization's implementation guidance. You must have permission from your organization to telework via telework form. Use authorized equipment and software. Employ cybersecurity best practices at all times, including when using a VPN. Perform telework or remote work in a dedicated area when at home, and position your monitor so that it's not facing windows or easily observed by others when in use. You cannot take classified material home or access classified material while not in a secure workspace. Peripherals. Peripherals that are permitted: monitors with the following conditions: connected via VGA, DVI, HDMI, or DisplayPort, and no other devices should connect to the monitor. Wired keyboards, mice, and trackballs through a USB connection are permitted. USB hubs are permitted, and weapons, headphones, and headsets with or without microphones through a USB port. Things that are not permitted are monitors connected via USB, peripherals manufactured by any prohibited source, Bluetooth and other wireless external computer peripherals, and installation of drivers to support personally owned peripherals. The wireless network. Make sure when you're at home you have a secure Wi-Fi network. Make a password, should be WPA2. Wireless technology. To protect information systems and data on those systems, be cautious when using wireless technology. Ensure that the wireless security features are properly configured. Follow your organization's policies for proper configuration of wireless security features. And wireless technology includes Bluetooth, infrared wireless computer peripherals, as in like a keyboard and a mouse or other smart devices. Internet of Things. Cookies and website use. A cookie is a text file that a web server stores on your hard drive. Cookies may pose a security threat, particularly when they save unencrypted personal information. Cookies also may track your activities on the web. To prevent cookies from being saved to your hard drive, if you have the option, set your browser preferences to prompt you each time a website wants to store a cookie. Only accept cookies from reputable, trusted websites. Confirm that the site uses an encrypted link. Look for HTTPS in the URL name. Be especially aware of cookies when visiting e-commerce sites or other sites that may ask for credit card or other personal information. And not all HTTPS sites are legitimate, and there's still a risk to entering your information online. Identity protection. To protect your identity, ask how information will be used before giving it out. Pay attention to credit card and bank statements. Never share passwords and PINs. Avoid common names, dates for passwords and PINs. Do not leave outgoing postal mail and personal organizational mailboxes unless secured with a locking mechanism. Refrain from carrying your social security card and passport, and order credit report annually. Identity theft response. If you were to encounter identity theft, contact your credit reporting agencies, contact financial institutions to cancel accounts, monitor your credit card statements for unauthorized purchases, and report the crime to local law enforcement. All right, our next topic: removable media and mobile devices. Removable media include flash media, thumb drives, memory sticks, and flash drives, external hard drives, optical discs, CDs, DVDs, Blu-rays, and music players such as iPods. Other PEDs are laptops, fitness bands, tablets, smartphones, electronic readers, and Bluetooth devices. Same rules and protections apply to removable media, PEDs, and mobile devices. The guidelines for use. Use only removable media approved by your organization. Only use flash media or other removable storage when operationally necessary, owned by your organization and approved by the appropriate authority in accordance with policy. Do not use any personally owned or non-organizational removable media on your organization's systems. Do not use your organization's removable media on non-organizational personal systems. And never plug unauthorized devices into a government system. I think we all know that one by now. If allowed, use removable media and PEDs appropriately. Be aware that wireless connections to the devices bring increased threats and vulnerabilities. Abide by the signed end-user license agreement for mobile devices and understand and follow your organization's BYOD policy. If allowed, use removable media and PEDs appropriately. Do not download data from the classified networks onto removable storage media. Mark all classified and sensitive material correctly. Ensure unclassified media in a classified environment is labeled appropriately. Label all media containing Privacy Act information, as in PII and PHI, appropriately, regardless of environment. Follow your organization's policy for sanitizing, purging, discarding, and destroying removable media. Destroy classified removable media in accordance with its classification level. Protecting data on devices. To protect data on your mobile computing devices and PEDs, lock your laptop when not in use, and power off the device if you don't plan to resume use in the immediate future. Enable automatic screen locking. At a minimum, password protect government-issued mobile computing devices. Use two-factor authentication if possible. Secure your personal mobile devices to the same level as government-issued systems. And understand your organization's policy for using commercial cloud applications, as in Dropbox, Google Drive, etc. To protect data on your mobile computing devices and PEDs, report any suspicious behavior immediately to your security POC. Traveling with your mobile devices, be careful when using public Wi-Fi, public or free Wi-Fi, and then there are fake Wi-Fi access points that can be used for deception. And as in like going into hotels, make sure you're using the VPN. If you're on the government computer, use NMCI VPN. Traveling overseas, devices not in your custody or in secure U.S. government facility storage should be assumed to be compromised. Physical security of mobile devices carried overseas is a major issue. More public use of mobile devices. Maintain possession of laptop out there GFE at all times and be extra vigilant in protecting it. And never discuss sensitive information in public, even if using a secure device. NFC, near field communication. NFC is wireless technology that enables your electronic devices to establish communications and exchange information when placed next to each other. Smartphones can be enabled to read electronic tag information, such as proximity cards or other objects with embedded NFC tags, transmit information electronically, such as when making credit card payments, with the information held on the smartphone. The security risk of this is eavesdropping on the adversary intercepts the signal, data manipulation or corruption, and viruses. Only use NFC with your government furnished device as instructed and permitted by your organization. But most of the time you'll use NFC is like for smart pay and stuff like that. GPS on mobile devices is used for what GPS is used for. Stop and think before you wear or use a mobile device. So if you're going into a classified area, be careful with what you have on you. I'm participating and we don't do this. All right, topic, online behavior. Social networking. Follow information security best practices at home and on social networking sites. Be aware of the information you post online about yourself and your family. Sites own any content you post. Once you post content, it can't be taken back. Social networking app TikTok is banned on all government devices. To protect yourself, understand and use the privacy settings, create strong passwords. If possible, validate all friend requests through another source, such as phone or email, before confirming them. Don't connect with people you don't know, even if you share mutual connections. Avoid posting PII, as in social security number, date and place of birth, mother's maiden name, home address. To protect your organization, don't speak or appear to speak for your organization or post any embarrassing material. Carefully consider who you accept as a friend and validate if possible before acceptance. If posting pictures of yourself in uniform or in a work setting, make sure there are no identifiable landmarks or items visible. When establishing an account, use only personal contact information, never your government contact information. If you work with classified or sensitive material, inform your security POC of all non-professional or non-routine contacts with foreign nationals. And if you believe a foreign national is contacting you specifically, seek further guidance from your security POC. Online misconduct. Keep in mind, when online misconduct is inconsistent with DoD values. Individuals who participate in or condone misconduct, whether offline or online, may be subject to criminal, disciplinary, and/or administrative action. Remember, no one is truly anonymous online. Main thing, treat others with respect and dignity. Disinformation. Using fake accounts on popular social networking platforms is a big thing for adversaries. They can disseminate fake news, including propaganda, satire, sloppy journalism, misleading headlines, and biased news. They can share fake audio and video, which is increasingly difficult to detect as AI technology improves and becomes more common. And they can also gather personal information shared on social media to devise social engineering attacks. The evaluation of disinformation. To avoid being misled, research the source to evaluate its credibility and reliability. Read beyond the headline, check against known facts and other sources on the topic. Consider whether the story is intended as a joke, and check your personal biases. And this is just a news article of something that has happened. Internet hoaxes. To protect against these, use online sites to confirm or expose potential hoaxes. Don't forward email hoaxes. Follow your organization's policies on loading files onto workstations and laptops. Most of these could be a DDoS attack. Ethical use of government furnished equipment. Use GFE for official purposes only. Don't gamble on the internet, on our internet. Don't load or use personal unauthorized software or services such as Dropbox or peer-to-peer software. And don't view or download pornography. All right, more ethical use. Don't illegally download copyrighted programs or material. Don't make unauthorized configuration changes. Only check personal email if your organization allows it. Don't play games unless allowed by your organization to do so on personal time. Always physically secure your device, including when working from home. Note, all DoD-owned devices are subject to monitoring. When you use these devices, you authorize the monitoring of your activity on these devices. The use of government email. Do not use the email to sell anything. Do not send chain letters, offensive letters, mass emails, jokes, unnecessary pictures, and inspirational stories. Use a digital signature when sending attachments or hyperlinks as required by the DoD. A note on that, the online flank speed sometimes doesn't always use your digital signature. So if all possible, use Outlook 2016 for your digital signature to be used. social engineering. They use telephone surveys, email messages, websites, text messages, automated phone calls, and in-person interviews. To protect against this, do not participate in these things. Do not give out computer or network information, and do not follow instructions from unverified personnel. Contact your security POC or help desk and report cultivation contacts by foreign nationals. Phishing attempts. These people claim to be from your military service, your government organization, internet service provider, bank, or other plausible sender, and directs you to a website that looks real, asks you to call the phone number to make any change to your computer, such as to help clean a virus from your computer, claim that you must update or validate information, and they threaten dire consequences. To protect against this, do not access sites by selecting links in emails or pop-up messages. If you get an email, delete the email and report that you got the email requesting personal information to your security POC or help desk. And never give out organizational, personal, or financial information to anyone by email. Spear phishing is a type of phishing attack that targets particular individuals, groups of people, or organizations. If you do encounter this, report spear phishing email to your security POC. Whaling targets senior officials. To protect against whaling, be wary of emails that ask for sensitive information, contain unexpected attachments, or provide unconfirmed URLs, and report the whaling email to your security POC. Smishing is over SMS, and vishing is over voice calls. Same thing, if it happens, report to the security POC. This is the news article. All right, is there any questions so far? All right. Physical security. Practice good physical security. Know and follow your organization's policy. Gaining entry, securing work area, responding to emergencies. Practice good physical security. Don't allow others access or to piggyback into secure areas. And challenge people without CACs or proper badges. Situational awareness. Do not talk about PII, PHI while out in the open or around people who do not have a need to know. Be aware of eavesdropping. CPCON 1 is very high risk level. CPCON 5 is very low. Insider threat. Insider threat happens a lot. Demonstrated behaviors of security concerns are 80% of the time. Experienced a life crisis 25% of the time. And volunteer 70% of the time. Deterring insider threats. There's a program and aimed at deterring, detecting, and mitigating the risks associated with insider threats. They proactively identifying insiders who exhibit potential risk indicators through user activity monitoring and workplace reporting. Most insider threats have difficult life circumstances: divorce or death of spouse, alcohol or other substance misuse or dependence, untreated mental health issues, financial difficulties, extreme persistent interpersonal difficulties, or hostile and vindictive behavior. Reporting requirements. When these if you suspect somebody doing these things, this is when you should report to your security POC. Attempt to access sensitive information without the need to know, unauthorized removal of sensitive information, unusual request for sensitive information, bringing an electronic device into prohibited areas, sudden purchases of high-value items, living beyond one's means, overseas trips for no apparent reason or of short duration, alcohol or drug problems, abrupt changes in personality or workplace behavior, and consistent statements indicative of hostility or anger toward the United States and its policies. All right, information security. DoD unclassified data must be cleared before being released to the public. Some things require CUI access and distribution controls. Everything must be clearly marked as unclassed or CUI if included in a classified document or classified storage area. If compromised, this could affect the safety of government personnel, missions, and systems. CUI is PII, CTI, PHI, things of that nature. It's not classified information and may only be marked as CUI if it belongs to a category established in the DoD CUI registry. This being leaked could compromise government missions or interests. To protect CRI, make sure it's all properly marked and store it only on authorized information systems. Follow policy and DoD instruction 5248.48, controlled unclassified information CUI for retention or disposal. To protect sensitive information, ensure all information receivers have required clearance and official need to know for transmitting CUI or replying to email distribution lists. Use encryption when emailing PII or other types of CUI as required by the DoD. PII includes all of your personal information: social security number, date, place of birth, biometric records, PHI, and passport number. PHI is a subset of PII requiring additional protection. This information should only be given to your healthcare provider or medical. Protecting this information is avoiding storing CUI in shared folders or shared applications unless access controls are established that allow only those personnel with an official need to know to access the information. Encrypt all CUI, including PII, on mobile devices and when emailed. The most commonly reported cause of PII breaches is failure to encrypt email messages containing PII. The DoD requires the use of two-factor authentication to access. Never use personal email accounts for transmitting PII. PII may only be emailed between government email accounts and must be encrypted and digitally signed when possible. Classified data. Confidential will do damage to national security. Secret does serious damage, and top secret does exceptionally grave damage. Classified data shall only be handled when you have the appropriate clearance, signed and approved non-disclosure agreement, and need to know. To protect this data, only use it with security appropriate to classification levels, and don't assume open storage. Any secure facility is authorized. Never transmit classified information using an unapproved method. Classified spaces. When entering the classified space, have no mobile devices or any devices that are personally owned into the government space. Spillage is a higher classification being sent down to a lower classification. Responding to spillage, report the situation to your security POC. And SCI and skiffs, we don't really need to go over this because all we have is a separate room. So when going into the separate room, do not have any mobile devices or anything that can be pick up information. As in devices in the skiff, mobile media. Conclusion, thank you for coming to the cybersecurity training. Sorry it took so long. Make sure you get on the 3500 and have a good day.